Hello and welcome to Hot as Hell with Chrissy. I am joined by a special guest today, Rosie. Hello.
Hiya.
I wanted Rosie on the podcast because, as you will hear, she's got a really amazing story. Rosie is but a 20 something and has achieved incredible things in her life despite it not always being easy. And she has built an incredible business. And we met a really long time ago in at networking and then kind of came back round to each other's world again recently. So I thought that actually it's really important. Happiness is a topic that Rosie is very fond of, and I am very fond of. And so we're going to talk about happiness and Rosie's business. So, Rosie, tell everyone who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm an award-winning founder of the Happiness Co. I make affordable gift bags and boxes with a focus on mental health. I'm currently studying my master's degree with Anglo Ruskin University, and 5 to 10% of everything I make gets donated towards either a small charity or an organisation each year. And this year it's Hertfordshire Library Service.
Yay! That's so cute. So Rosie's business is something that I've used myself. Um, and she'll tell you all about what it is and how she created it. But the most gorgeous, well thought out, well put together gift boxes that Rosie can post out for you, or you can post them yourself. And they're amazing. So obviously we'll put all the links in the show notes so that everyone can check you out. But why don't you tell us what was actually going on in your life when you started the Happiness Co?
So I was in the second year of my undergraduate degree and I was hospitalized in kind of when world had opened up and closed again with COVID.
Hmm.
And I was about 20 and in an adult ward. And I was really facing with low mood because I had seizures. I wasn't really allowed out of my bed. So I kind of had cabin fever. And when looking online, I couldn't really find anything that was me or that was really affordable. So I started with obviously my business degree. There was a module about entrepreneurship and starting your own business. So I kind of went to my lecturer and went, would this actually work in a real life business? It works okay on paper. Can I do it for real life? And I received some funding and I just kind of jumped straight in. And then
Yeah.
that's how my business started.
That's amazing. So the business came from you seeing a problem, but also actually properly experiencing that problem
Yes,
and finding a gap in the market.
100%.
So, so be really like clear to the audience. What is the problem you're solving that you felt no one else seemed to care about?
So I cater for every social, emotional, and dietary need for no extra cost. So if you like pink, I will make a whole box full of pink things. If you don't like certain textures, I will avoid those at all costs. And the first thing I did when starting my business was I got a level 2 in food safety because allergies, because I'm dairy intolerant and my nana has celiac disease, allergies have always been a really big part of my life.
Mm.
So and always really important. And a lot of businesses and brands, like when looking online, they couldn't say this is going to be certified dairy free and whatnot. So I can carry out like complete allergy tests to make sure it's completely allergen friendly. I do research into conditions if I'm not familiar on them either. So I can very much make it to you, so it's your perfect gift for you.
Mm. I just need to tell you, when you started talking there, the dog started wagging his tail. How sweet is that?
Nice.
You must have just really liked your voice. Did
Bless,
you like her voice? Yeah, you
oh,
did.
bless you.
Yeah. Um, that's amazing. So not only did you start a business around solving this problem, but you went and got yourself an additional, see now, look, everyone that listens to my podcast knows that Henry is a part of this podcast. Now he's sitting at my feet because he wants to sit on my lap. Come on, dear. Oh, did I bang your head? Sorry. There you go.
Oh, bless.
Boiling, but you just sit there. Um, so you not only created a business, but you went and got yourself extra education and qualifications so that you could happily, safely cater that business to people who didn't, didn't have a straight down the line need a straight
Hmm.
down the line service, whilst also studying for your own degree.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So you've literally built this brand around happiness, and anyone that's watching on YouTube, you can see in the background that Rosie's got her logo behind her. Let's call this out. What do you think that people are getting completely wrong about happiness?
So I think there's still a lot of stigma on how happiness should look, and that one
Mm.
size doesn't fit all with how happiness looks and acts. Because for different people, it obviously depends if you're an extrovert or an introvert, and what sort of things make you personally happy as well.
Yeah, I love that. And I think so obviously doing what I do, often women come to me and they're like, "Oh, I'll be happy when I weigh this."
Mm,
And happiness does not have a number. It doesn't. It doesn't have a
no,
number
not at all.
because you cannot tell me that if you are not that number on the scales that you can never be happy.
No, not
Right?
at all. And I think people are so hyper fixated with things like numbers and how many likes they get on social media. Like we've had this conversation before with my generation having such an impact and influence on what everyone's looking like on social media these days.
Yeah, and I said this to you, didn't I? I absolutely do. I can't think of the right words, but I don't envy you the time you've grown up in. And I don't mean that in a
Mm,
patronizing way. I mean it in the way of a mum of a 15-year-old. I'm actually really lucky because he doesn't care. He doesn't
yeah.
care. He's got his own ideals of what he likes, and that's okay with him. And I love that about him. But I'm not a girl mum, and I think it must be so much harder for
Mm,
girls.
definitely.
Um, yeah. Um, okay, so what does your happy or being happy look like on a really shit day? And I'll tell you mine.
For me, it's just being curled up with a book. But sometimes I like having like using this is why I've supported the library because they've helped me a lot through with my business and mental health as well. Just curling up with a book and kind of having alone time as well, because sometimes the world being autistic is just too noisy and
Hmm.
I can't deal with the text messages, the DMs, the likes. So I literally just turn my phone off and just read for as long as I feel better. And I have fortunately a very good relationship with my family. So just talking to someone in my family about it and things like that as well.
Mm. For me, being happy on a really shit day involves a dog walk and dog cuddles, and then probably something chocolatey. And I would say a book as well. I think.
Mm,
I'm just in the process of deciding what books to take on holiday. I'm going to put it on social media after this. I know you'll have an opinion. But reading for me is, yeah, we've talked about reading as well, haven't we, before? Reading
hmm.
for me, there's something about it, isn't there, that because you can do it well, you have to do it so solo. Whereas if you're watching a film or watching TV, there might be someone else in the room.
Yeah,
Whereas reading, you can just take yourself off to any corner of the house and just be absorbed in that book.
100%.
I love it. Um, okay, so coming back to like the social media thing. So you're in the business of well-being. You're
Mhm.
also in the business of social media, and you're of a generation who like literally communicate through social media. How do you stop your own content from becoming part of a problem? And I know like this week you wanted to like get posts written and scheduled and you've done that. Like how do you stop that from happening? And whilst I would also like to say you've got assignments due for your masters, like lots of
Yeah,
pressure, and trying to run your business and trying to look after your own health and dealing with this ridiculous humidity and heat.
see,
Go.
the humidity is awful. With the social media, with my actual own posts, I try and be non-toxic and like judgment free as possible. So if someone's having a really bad day, I'm lucky, fortunate not enough to have it, but if someone's being a bit horrible on social media, I've learned not to take it personally, and that some of my posts won't get all the likes. And I try and be quite open with my language. So instead of saying, well, you should be a parent who does this, otherwise you're a rich parent, I go, well, you're showing up for your kids, you're a good parent. This just might help. So I
Mm,
will never tell. So a lot of my target audience is parents because I do party bags, I do gift bags throughout summer holidays. So I would never tell a parent because I'm not a parent myself on how to be a parent. So I would never put parenting advice on my social media because I can't relate to it because I've never been a parent. So I try and be kind of toxic free, non-judgmental, and if someone needs to just talk in my DM's always open as well.
mm. Yeah, I love that. And it like do you agree with like curating your feed?
Yeah, so I will go down kind of a rabbit hole of certain parts of my feed, and then I will get imposter syndrome from said feed. It's really ironic. So I have to be really careful of like things I see in the mental health and self-development space as well, because as a
Mm,
student, there's a lot of back to school stuff, how to have a perfect day from 5 a.m. And I know realistically, I can't wake up at 5 a.m. Like obviously people can, and that's brilliant, but I'm not a morning person like that.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love that you've been really like you're protecting your own peace. I don't think we do
100%.
that enough. I don't
No,
think we do enough. I don't think there's anything wrong with muting people or unfollowing people. Like, if it's someone who I don't know personally, I'll unfollow them. They're not going to care. If it's someone that I know, and there are some people in my social media that they don't make me feel good about myself.
no, which
So
isn't
I just
helpful
mute
for you.
them. I just
Mm.
mute them. Like, it's nothing personal. You're just triggering
You're
something in
just
me that
not
I clearly need to work.
helping me right now.
Yeah. And maybe it's not all the time, you
No,
know?
like some people will be really helpful for you at some points, and at other points you're like, yeah, that's a bit too much.
Mm, yeah. What's the most toxic thing that you see in the like mental health, self-development, wellness space right now?
I think because I'm on a personal journey to lose weight, and we've talked about this before with PCOS and things like that, I will have a lot of feeds telling me how to do it. And it wouldn't really fit with me because I'm like dairy intolerant, I'm autistic, so I can't have certain foods because of sensory. And a lot of things, again, it's near marathon season again, and like training for Tough Mudders. So it's a lot of come do a 10K run with me and things like that. So that is probably
Mm,
the most toxic, or how to have a perfect day.
yeah. Oh, we don't like perfect.
No,
No such thing.
no,
No.
just no.
Um, So, if someone's constantly overwhelmed and burnt out or unhappy, what's the first thing maybe this is the wrong word, but I'm going to say it anyway,
Mhm.
challenge them to do or advise them?
So personally, what I've done in the past, is me myself. So I recommend it to people. Write down literally everything's in your mind.
Yeah.
And
Brain
then
dump.
no
We love
matter
a
how
brain
small
dump.
it is, no matter how silly it sounds, whether it's folding socks or big tasks like writing the executive summary of your paper, um, and see what other people can do.
Yeah.
So I know when I'm spiraling, it's normally because I think I've got to do everything myself.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I can be like to my family members, I'll be like, hey, can you do this for me? I'm really struggling mentally at the moment. Would you be able to do the washing up for me? Would you be able to do this task for me? Um, and I use a lot of breathing methods. So I like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So five things you
Hmm.
can see, four things you can hear, three things you can touch, two things you can smell, and one thing you can taste.
Hmm.
And I think that's quite helpful to get myself out of my own head as well.
Yeah, I love that. I love a brain dump. It makes me feel really happy when I do that. It's so therapeutic, isn't it? And you got a new
Yeah,
journal recently, didn't you, that you've been
yeah,
using?
which has
Um,
been really helpful because
yeah.
I was following someone called Becca and she also has a podcast. That's why I was like, oh, because and she does 66 until it sticks. So unlike the 75 hard challenge, you where you have to start over and things like that, you were just aware that okay, I didn't post today. That's fine. Just continue until the actual habit sticks,
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
which is really
That's
good.
great. 66 until it sticks. Love it. Okay, what's been the hardest moment in building the business? You like the moment that made you question everything?
I think for me, it's anytime I am back in hospital for whether it's I've had a fall or I've come really, really poorly, I feel like because I'm having to stop completely, when I come out, I'm having to start fully up again. Or
Yeah.
when people call my things cute and then just walk away.
If you're not watching, I've just looked skywards because we had this conversation, didn't we? I actually
Yes.
think they are cute, the things that you do, but I think they're cute
Yeah,
in the right way, not, oh, look
100%.
at the
Oh,
cute
they're so
thing that you're
cute.
doing for your pocket money. Go
Yeah, like I've said to you, I think because I do fortunately or unfortunately have quite a young looking face if you're on the YouTube
on.
channel. I've had people think because I started this 4 years ago, I looked about 15 and a lot of people, because my mum was there because of my seizures, thought I was helping her out on the weekend for
Oh
pocket
God,
money.
sorry. No, 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 no. Hold on. I'm just remembering when I met you, which was when you started it, and you did
Yeah,
look so young and still do.
yeah. But a lot of people think I am younger than I am. And I think
Oh,
it also because I've got such a like bubbly voice. A lot of people think I'm about just turning like 20 now. Like I'm
yeah.
turning 25 this year. I'm like,
What do you do when, because that's another question I had written down. What do you do when people say that to you, that say them to you that it's just cute?
I'm like, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Would you
much.
like to know more about my brand or are we just looking today?
You've done like loads of great collaborations in the local area. Like you've
Yeah,
provided gift bags for events and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's not just, what you do on the side for your pocket money.
yeah. And I think it's definitely something that did take me a while to go let them think it's cute.
Mm,
And well, after reading the let them theory, it kind of helped me.
mm,
Because I was like, okay, let them think it's cute. They can think that I can't change their opinion of it. If they're going to think it's cute in a patronizing way and they don't want to hear my story, that's fine. They can go away, to be honest. And then, but some people think they say it in a patronizing way, and then they hear my story and actually realize why I do what I do as well.
yeah, yeah. What makes your brand different, do you think?
I think because I will never judge for someone needing a box, whether it's birthday or hospital, just because, or what sort of things they like in the box either. Where I know when I was looking, I felt like I had to fit into a box. And it's the whole really important quote of why would you want to fit in when you're all born to stand out?
I love that. I love that. Um, okay. I often say to people, be kind to yourself.
Hmm.
But I also, in my job, have to help people to learn the difference between being kind to yourself and then just not doing the thing and self-sabotaging.
Hmm.
How do you how do you know the difference between that? Because you're really tough on yourself, just
Hmm.
so I can just say that.
Oh no, I am. I'm probably my biggest critic. But I think for me personally, I have to think what would happen if I didn't do it. So if I didn't do, I don't know, my assignment, it does actually have a consequence. So I
Mm.
can't just be doom scrolling. I can't just be being kind to myself and letting myself go on social media or letting myself read for like 4 hours at a time. Because that's
Mm.
not actually being kind to myself. That is self-sabotaging what I want to actually achieve. Um, but I think if you're doing it because nothing really is going to happen if you are doing it, there's no going to be natural consequences. There's not going to be anything really that happens. Life goes on, the sun will rise tomorrow. I think that's when you think, okay, well, being kind for myself is actually going to fill my cup.
Yeah, I love that. What are the consequences? What's actually going to happen if you don't do this or you
Hmm.
do the other thing? I love that. Yeah, I love that. Okay, quick fire round. You ready?
Hmm.
Happiness is not.
An easy fix.
Oh, yeah. What's the biggest lie women believe about feeling better?
It's easy.
If you could make every woman do one thing daily for her mental health, what would it be?
Please drink your water.
Yes, because your brain needs water to function.
Your brain can't live off bean juice or leaf
No,
juice.
no. One thing you've had to unlearn about happiness.
It's not going to be quick and it's not going to be easy.
No, love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, so tell us what's coming up for you in business and in life. Obviously, you've got assignments to do.
Yep. So I am 2 assignments away from finishing my first year of my master's. And in
Exciting.
business, I have my party bags releasing. So I've got my summer ones currently, and I have all different themes on there as well. And I will be opening my pre-orders for Christmas soon.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Oh
So I
my
can do
God.
anything from little ones all the way up to big kids.
Oh, love that. Okay, well, I think that you bring absolute sunshine to every room that you enter and every
Thank
Zoom
you.
call that you join. So I've loved having this chat. I think for me, what you show is that something so amazing can come out of something really tricky. But it's
It's
about,
why I chose the sunflower for my logo
yeah,
because they have to survive under one of the harshest conditions, but they take time to grow.
they do. They do. We had a field of sunflowers last summer in our village. It's not sunflower, it was wheat this year. It's boring. Boring. Okay, I'm going to make sure that all of your links and everything are in the show notes. This has been awesome. I can't wait for all of you to go and follow Rosie. And if you want a lovely gift box for one or more people, because you can do multiple, then go and check her out. Thanks, Rosie. Say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.